Kyiv officially cut all diplomatic ties with Moscow when the war first broke out. But reports reveal that communication between the two sides never fully stopped and continued behind the scenes. Despite the ongoing conflict, informal channels of communication have reportedly remained open between Russia and Ukraine, allowing both sides to exchange messages quietly. According to a December 10th report by the Kyiv Independent, Russia and Ukraine have been maintaining discussions through a series of secret backchannels that operate outside the public eye. These covert channels involve not only humanitarian contacts, but also government officials and influential oligarchs, creating a complex network of unofficial communication, the Kyiv Independent said. The first of these backchannels emerged just weeks after the war began in 2022, eventually leading both sides to agree to direct peace talks. That same year, Russian and Ukrainian delegations met for negotiations in Belarus and later in Turkey, marking the earliest attempts to halt the fighting. Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich was reportedly one of the key figures who helped set up these early discussions and acted as an informal mediator. Reports also claim Abramovich played a central role in the 2022 grain deal that reopened Ukraine's Black Sea ports, allowing critical exports to resume. According to the Wall Street Journal, President Zelensky even asked the United States not to sanction Abramovich so he could continue playing a mediating role in the negotiations. By 2023, Abramovich's involvement shifted away from political matters and focused more heavily on humanitarian issues linked to the conflict. It remains unclear whether the Russian billionaire is still involved in the latest peace talks, as there is no confirmed evidence of his continued participation. However, sources say Abramovich met President Vladimir Putin just days before the first round of renewed Ukraine-Russia talks began in 2025. Kyiv and Moscow have also maintained a separate communication channel run by Ukraine's military intelligence service, which has remained active throughout the war. This particular channel is used primarily to coordinate the exchange of prisoners of war, according to the Kyiv Independent's reporting. In the early weeks of the war, Ukrainian officer Dmytro Yusov reportedly established the first direct line of contact with Russian forces, creating a foundation for future exchanges. The officer is said to have used a dead Russian soldier's mobile phone to dial a commander listed in the contacts, initiating an unexpected line of communication. Over time, this informal framework expanded significantly with the diplomatic assistance of Turkey, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, all of which played roles in facilitating discussions. By May 2022, both Russia and Ukraine had appointed official negotiators to hold direct talks aimed at finding a possible path toward ending the conflict. Ukraine's Rustem Umerov reportedly held multiple phone conversations with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Medinsky, to discuss potential solutions. However, despite these efforts, the talks produced little beyond prisoner-of-war exchanges and failed to deliver any meaningful political breakthrough. Another secret communication track surfaced during a massive $100 million corruption scandal in Ukraine's energy sector, raising fresh concerns. Ukraine's Anti-Corruption Council released explosive audio recordings that appeared to show a possible Russian connection to graft within the country. According to investigators, suspects linked to Ukraine's state nuclear monopoly Energoatom had been maintaining communication with individuals tied to Russia. Ukraine's Anti-Corruption Council alleges that kickbacks from Energoatom contracts were laundered through a Kyiv back office that had direct Russian connections. The leaked tapes further suggest that the suspects may have transferred as much as $2 million to Moscow, deepening fears about infiltration and corruption.